This moment is your business. Once you taste real life, once you enter into it, you have no choice but to fall in love with it. When you move your hand, what's happening? Awareness is manifesting, but you are asleep. Wake up, and you see that the entirety is manifesting itself, and you belong. You can't experience life in your thoughts. You can only think about life. You can choose to think about anything you want, but it won't bring you the taste of that thing. If your desire becomes the desire to have taste, you have a possibility of becoming free from thoughts. By opening to the light of consciousness, your thoughts have a chance to also become an expression of the real. Then you have thoughts that relate to meaning and purpose. When you formulate about reality, it's about reality, not reality itself. It's the story of the real. All our knowledge, all our philosophies, all our religions are indicators. Don't get lost in preoccupation with the indicators. See what it is they are indicating. Then they can support you. The meaning of science and the meaning of religion have to become one in order for us to receive the truth in them. What can make these two into one? You, yourself. All the conflicts and contradictions have to get solved in you. You have to experience the truth. The taste of the truth shows you what is just imaginary. In the simple joy of I am, you find the joy of connectedness, of interrelatedness, of being in existence. If you suffer for the suffering of the world, you only increase the quantity of suffering. What is needed is to understand it. The more you understand, the less you suffer. The more you understand, the more light comes in, because understanding is light. If you are drowning, you can't help others who are drowning. But if you come to the conscious current, the current of understanding, you may also be able to do something for others. If I think that joy or wisdom or aliveness comes from what I do and what others do, I'm on the wrong track. From that one misconception, I start to believe that this world and everything outside of me are here to make me happy. Then I become angry at the world, because it's not doing its job. If you understand that everything is within yourself, you can understand that it's the flow of being emanation that becomes joy, becomes wisdom. The real can only come from real. From the ocean, you can only get ocean water. That which exists ceaselessly emanates the joy of existence, balance, and harmony, wisdom and connectedness. It is not related to the word was or the words will be, only to is. It is free from the words good and bad. It's free from real and unreal. It is always and everywhere the essential nature of all things, and therefore maintains the unity and harmony of the entirety. It never changes, but the dynamic of the ever-changing activity of all phenomena is its enjoyment. It's not here, not there. It's where the words here and there don't apply. It's in everything, and yet is everything. Nothing is separate from it, and yet it gives the possibility of uniqueness to everything that exists. It's the vastness of the sky and the darkness of the soil for the seed to be nurtured in and sprout. It's the acorn and the oak. It's in laughter and in crying, in noise and in silence. You cannot see it, and yet you see everything with it. You cannot put it into words, yet you pronounce every word with it. It can't be touched, yet everything you touch with it. It is always and everywhere, yet there is no time in always, and no space in everywhere. It's the sound in melting ice and snow. It's the music in running water. It's the beauty in a snowflake. It's the aroma in the flowers, in the trees, and in everything that grows. It's the beauty in the beautiful. It's smaller than anything, yet it's the greatest of the great. It's never absent, and yet absent is another name for it. It is present in birth and in death, yet it does not know birth or death. It is you yourself when you know yourself, and also when you don't know yourself. When we are with it, we see we have never been separated from it. In fact, the word we is another name for it, as is the word I and the word you. It's what is, and yet the dynamic of its isness becomes the manifested universe. It's always in motion, yet does not know of motion. Diversity is the pleasure of its beingness, and yet it's always in unity. It's one whole unified being and beingness. In our true essence we know it, yet it is expressed in endless variety. It is a flower when it's blooming, and a flower when it's open and giving its aroma, and a flower when it's returning to the soil. It is all, and it is nothing. It's free from words, and it enjoys creating words. It is love without cause, and yet it is the cause of love. It is love loving itself, which gives rise to the universe. It is compassion, it is giving, it is forgiveness itself. It doesn't see fault, only the process. It is free. It is connected to its own love, which is so great that it cannot be separated from it for even an instant. And so, it is always creating. It is a great artist whose art is its emanation. The man who wakes up becomes inspired by all that is, because he sees himself, unseparated from the source which appears in 1,001 forms. It is always ready to embrace you. Even when you don't feel it, it is embracing you. It cannot be separate from you, because it loves you too much. Beginninglessly and endlessly, there is always some activity which issues from it, and some activity which moves towards it. You cannot understand it, but you can be it, because you already are. You cannot know yourself by trying to get it, because you cannot put yourself inside your mind. The self which you know cannot be you, because you are a combination of is and is not, always together. If you get stuck in the is aspect, it's not you, because you've left out is not. If you say, I don't exist, that's not you either, because you've left out the is. Is and is not together is hard to understand. But for whom? For your mind. If you ask, do I ever know myself? The answer is yes and no. You know yourself in not knowing, and you lose it in knowing. Because when you know, you personalize. Truth is impersonal. You can't insert the word mine into reality. You can't insert the word me into reality. How do you personalize something? First, you have to separate it, make it yours, but not theirs. But nothing really exists separated from the totality. There is one whole unified existence, one consciousness, one awareness, one life, one energy. Once you understand that, you can even say my ice cream and enjoy it. Just get out of your mind. Actually, it's not your mind. It's this crystallized mind that creates identification. But there's nothing that says you can't be present, because in truth, you are.